Hello friends, Ben Reed here, and while we all know that Shiloh is basically the leader of the M.O.M, my question is, who will take her place if she's unavailable or retires? To help figure out who will become the future leader of the team, we gotta go back to the beginning and discuss a timeline of past M.O.M leaders. The first leader was the M.O.M's founder, the Nelson Mother, which we now know is Miriam. She discovered new worlds, decided to help them, met people like Darius, and eventually had children of her own. And when it comes to the siblings, I believe the first one to lead a team mission was actually Daniel. He led the team in Project Playtime, and in the first Zombies video, both Shiloh and Elijah looked to Daniel for a plan to victory.
What's the plan?
And when their mother went missing, it was Daniel who took up the responsibility to go find her all by himself. This mission was very personal for Daniel because not only is it his mother, but she was also his mentor who taught him everything he knows. And the fact that he went alone tells me he knows how to handle himself. Key word, himself. That's why he's no longer the leader of the team. The real life Daniel does battle insecurities. And since he's pretty much playing himself, you can say the same thing about his character. If you're a leader, you gotta be the most confident person in the room because everyone is looking to you for an answer. And he most likely got overwhelmed by the responsibilities of being leader and probably thought this role just isn't for him. Daniel will still offer advice like in Chess Duolingo or Dead Reels 2, but being an active leader never really fit him. Not like it did Elijah.
Taught him everything he knows.
In videos like 9 Imposters and Brawl Stars, Elijah is clearly the main character. And these videos are actually simulations, a test to see how well Elijah can handle himself under pressure, being overwhelmed by an enemy, or watching his siblings get picked off one by one. So when these events do happen, he'll be ready.
I am going to bring them back, and you are going away for good.
Word must have spread about Elijah becoming the new leader of the M.O.M because he kept getting captured, either by the Chess King or the Zombie Alpha. So Elijah started training a protege, someone to take up the role of leader in case he went missing, someone being his little sister, Shiloh. I already talked about Elijah and Shiloh's partnership as well as the differences in their leadership styles in a past video, so I won't go into too much detail here. But I will say there have been plenty of videos where the M.O.M either has to fight without their leader or fight against their leader, just to prove that every member of the M.O.M does have the capability of becoming leader if given the opportunity. That's what this theory is all about. Each of the M.O.M agents have showed potential to become a leader, but who is most likely to take over if something were to happen to Shiloh? Let's narrow down the list and eliminate the least likely suspects, being David, Brittany, and Mary. Their characters just don't show up as often as they used to, so I don't see them becoming leader anytime soon. Also, newer characters like Alex, Carter, and more, they just don't have the experience needed to lead the entire agency. And Gala, a princess who abandoned her own Raylo, which I will do a theory on eventually, just please give me time. I want to do the important ones first. Again, she's off the list because if she abandoned her kingdom, she's probably not a big fan of responsibilities and most likely will not become the next leader of the M.O.M. Honestly, our top 4 main candidates are Judah, Micah, Michelle, and Josiah. Let's start with Josiah, the team's tech whiz. He's usually partnered up with Shiloh, Elijah, or Daniel, 3 previous leaders of the M.O.M. And yet, I don't think he'll become the next leader. While Josiah has evolved over time, becoming more than just a character who's obsessed with getting girlfriends, I think the reason why he won't become leader is the same reason why Daniel stopped being leader. Their own insecurities are holding them back.
Shiloh, our best chance is you kicking butt and fixing everything. Because it ain't these two chumps.
That's probably the reason why Elijah's been spending a lot of time with Josiah recently, to help him get more comfortable and more confident as an individual agent and a possible leader in the future. But not right now. With Joe off the list, what about Judah? Judah, similar to Michelangelo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or The Flash from Justice League, they're normally seen as the comic relief. But if you put them in a position where they have to rely on themselves, they're actually quite capable of being both a great warrior as well as a potential leader. In videos like Chess, Zombies, even Among Us, Judah has proven that he can be more than just the funny guy. But just like Josiah, I don't think he's ready for the responsibility. Both Judah and Josiah have made sacrifices for the greater good, but just like Daniel, they believe the responsibility should go to someone else more capable. That's someone else being Micah. Now you could be saying, why Micah? Isn't he the coward of the team? Well, technically, yes, but his character has developed over time. While Micah started out as a scaredy cat, slowly Shiloh trained him to be more confident, taking him on solo missions like for Five Nights at Freddy's. And in this Nerf video where it was Team Shiloh versus Team Elijah, who were the final 5 in that video? Elijah with his mentor Daniel and partner Josiah versus Shiloh and her protege Micah. And when Shiloh, Eli, and Joe got separated from the team during Robot Prop Hunt, it was Micah who led the team. And in FNAF 2, Micah is seen wearing a ring he has never been seen wearing before. This ring is on Micah's right index. That usually means that the person wearing the ring is in a position of power or comes from a royal family. While the Nelsons' mother founded the agency that looks after the Raylos, I don't think anyone considers them as royalty, not like a Raylo lord. And what's also interesting, this character Carter, in Skyblocks, he calls Shiloh Shiloh, but in FNAF 2, he calls Micah Sir! Sir! These two clips tell me that Carter is respecting Shiloh like a friend, but he's respecting Micah like a leader. And I'm not alone in believing that Micah has the most potential to become a leader, because I did a poll on my community tab like I normally do, and I asked everyone, who do you think is the most likely to become leader after Shiloh? Micah, Michelle, Judah, or Josiah? And 60% of the votes went to Micah. But even though Micah is improving as a character, I don't think he's ready to lead the team alone. That's where Michelle comes in. M.O.M isn't just a great ship, but they might be the future leaders of the agency. While every character has developed over time, I think Micah and Michelle have changed the most. Micah learning to be more brave, Michelle learning to be more patient. And not only do they work well as partners, but they also work well as individuals. Every time one of them goes on a dangerous mission alone, they can always trust the other to show up just in time for their rescue. Now, I will admit, when Micah told Michelle to stay behind during Robot Prop Hunt, believing she can handle the entire agency on her own so soon was a bit premature of him. But you could argue that's how much trust he has in her, believing if anything were to happen to him and his family, Michelle will eventually learn to see herself as the hero that Micah already knows she is. Both Shiloh the performer and the character are still very involved with the agency/YouTube channel, so Micah doesn't have to worry about any future responsibilities just yet. But I should point out that the real life Micah does direct some videos here and there, so you could say he's already a leader in real life. But when it comes to the lore in the distant future, the M.O.M team could very well be led by both Micah and Michelle. But hey, that's just a theory. An M&M theory. Hey friends, Ben here, and if you ever wanted to be in a video with me, here is your opportunity, because I will now be accepting questions from all of you. Questions about my personal life, being on YouTube, Shalom Bros, what I love about the channel, and maybe even some hot takes. I appreciate all the support I've gotten from every single one of you, and I wanted to highlight all of you, because I can't believe you're all watching me. The subs are rising, the views are rising, and I'm just sitting here going, why? Thanks. If you're interested in sending me a questions video, this is how you can do it. send it to my Instagram DM or my Discord, which I will put in the description below. If you don't have either of those, you can make it a YouTube video, make it private, send me the link via my YouTube community, and I will get to it eventually. If I don't respond to it, it's probably a question that's already been asked. I already got a few questions already, and quite a few of them have been repeated. So I did ask those people who said similar questions, hey, can you ask something else? So if it's a repeated question, I will let you know and give you another chance to ask me something else. So don't worry about that. Now, the deadline is June 5th. So you have the rest of this month, the first week of June, and I want to try to get this video out either June 6th or 7th, which is a weekend, or June 8th, that following Monday. So that's your deadline. Again, thank you for letting me waste your time. Out of all the ways you could waste your time, I appreciate you choosing me. With that said, get those questions in. I'm really excited to hear what you all have to ask. Bye.